Zone coverage as a rookie QB. What lesson can you learn there? Well, oh God, it hurts.
Well, Coach, we've had a driving rainstorm make its way through the plains, and it definitely is going to be a factor here this afternoon at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Come on, set. 30 base.
52, come on. Let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Ready? 18, Gator.
I'm scared.
Throwing on second down. Lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Henry Anderson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Red lady. Switch it. Switch it. Switch it. Come on, switch it. He's checked.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Watch the safety creep.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Go set.
Hey, check, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. What we got?
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, Montgomery. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
It's now 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Ready.
Hey, check. Watch left, watch left, watch left. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't begin.
Move.
Don't get nervous.
24 is the mark.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
Let's go. Do it.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go. Son. Hey, lady. Come on. Switch. Undercrush. Watch twitch. Now, lady.
From the 41, Darnold. And Ty Montgomery has it complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Oh my God, snap the ball.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Montgomery. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
On second and 11 now. Darnold. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaken up on the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Blows.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run here with Lindsey, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready, set.
52. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Ready.
Lock now on first down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey, and he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He's going to go. Albert
I took the
Wilson
wrong angle.
all the way home for a Broncos score. Albert Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Jets.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You better be afraid. Hey, exit.
Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Check, check.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Oh, the pressure too
Jesus
great,
Christ,
and
guys.
he
I
goes
fucking
down
double
once
team his
more.
ass and you guys don't
Credit the
double team.
sack to Von Miller. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
Hey, Haywood.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he's got a noon one. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Jets.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running it, Washington. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Washington. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard line.
Jesus Christ, where's the fucking play? Oh, son of a bitch, I swear to God. It's like I fucking forgot this playbook.
Here we go, son. Here we go, young lady.
All right, D, let's go. All right, D.
Hey, orbit.
From the 29, Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Oh, God, it's like the play disappeared.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Switch. Jim.
On 1st, here's Washington. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
I'm here all day. He's crashing. He's checking crack.
The handoff right side, it's Washington. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Check. Mike 50. Check back. Hey, check 24.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Chris Herndon, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
If he takes this thing.
What is it think? It's a
certificate.
It's a job.
Well, it's a certification that you take for Southwest Airlines.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 1st half. All knotted up at 7.
From Southwest Airlines, yes.
So it's like an application, like a survey, like a test.
Yes, and he just got a certification for it, for communications. But he got that and the other one. So far, hello,
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
10 Tucson.
24 is the mic. Check the out. Check the out.
Hey, Charlie.
24 is the mic. Who that? 24 is the mic.
All day, dog. Get it.
Block working out of the gun. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Terrell Basham Drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Oh my, he's this fucking playbook.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Darnold.
Yeah, stupid me. He fucking baited me.
Picked off near the 42.
Oh, what did my guy just went completely off the fucking field?
Denver.
What the fuck?
So a dangerous pass over the
My
middle
guy
of
just
the
went
zone
completely
coverage.
right off the
And it
fucking
bit him
field.
hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fucking said, don't do something stupid. What do? I do something
This will be
stupid.
taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Stupid.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
What the fuck is that guy doing?
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Oh my God! This
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Darnold.
Jesus Christ,
He goes down. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Bunch of horse poop because I fucking, man, I swear to God. Look at that shit, dude. Where was the fucking...
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Mike 50, Mike 50. 6-man. Check girls, check girls, check girls. 25. Go.
Jesus Christ.
Here we go.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Yeah, I should have used the fucking regular playbook I fucking used.
This is brought in at the 21. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10.
Why use something at 100% shit? I don't know, Alex.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Go.
Another run by Lindsey. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Ready?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Delta.
Shotgun snap to Lock. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So they're on that play offensively. They ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lock. And able to find Green. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 26.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 2nd and 9, Lock. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
as they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense.
And now off to the races, down the right side, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, an 80-yard touchdown, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground.
Oh, God damn it, dude. How the fuck did he break that?
10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
God damn, I can't believe it. That hurts. That hurts so bad. I still can't believe it.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
From the 27, Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Excellent. God.
Mike 50. Are you getting ahead? Are you getting ahead? Man, 80. Mike 50. Here we go. 50's the Mike. 50's the Mike.
A first down throw, Darnold. Got an open man, it's a noon one. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. 50. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Throwing again is Darnold. And he fires
Son of
it. It's
a
intercepted.
bitch. God damn
It's
it,
Chris
dude.
Harris with a pick. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Offense fucking kills me,
McManus's
man. The
point
defense
after
fucking
is good.
played,
And a lead now up to
offense is
14. So they'll get
fucking
another
hurting.
shot
I
on
have two
offense
fucking
following
best
that
running
pick
backs.
6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Fuck.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the
Don't
fourth
give him
quarter.
the goddamn ball. What fucking happens? Give him the fucking ball.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Good, good, good. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 3. Check.
Hey, wahoo.
And 80. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey, let's get it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Mike is a 50. Check Mike.
Hey, Mike 7.
50. Mike 50. Mike 50. Mike 50. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1.
Come on, dude.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard
I can't
line.
fucking stand losing like this,
Well, that's
dude.
3 picks he's now
Fucking
thrown in
can't
this game.
stand losing like
And I
this.
know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season of
December.
giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
On 1st down, it's Lindsey. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll keep it
Are
on the
you
ground.
kidding me?
Lindsey,
Fucking
he's got the
dumbass.
first down
Fucking-
here inside the 30. And he'll go out of bounds inside
I
the
can't believe
15-yard
this.
line. They'll
How
gain
many
him
fucking
28
trying to
yards
fucking
there
switch
and give him the
players?
first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to...
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Broncos push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. That throw good for only a couple.
Are you kidding me, dude? The ball was across the goddamn...
Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The ball was across the goddamn plane, man.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Here's Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Again, Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Off of play action, Darnold. And that's caught inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Darnold completes it. Stiff-armed it. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. They run with Washington. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
We're going to sign. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. You're not ready. You're not ready.
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Here we go, D. Here I come, lady. Here I come again. Here I come again. Switch.
God damn
The
it.
Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Mike 50. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 80. 50 to five. I smell fear now.
Second down and goal. Darnold going right side here, and that's complete.
Are
And
you
he's gonna
kidding me?
take it
That was
in
a...
for a Jets touchdown.
Oh
From 8
my
yards
God.
out, and the Jets are able to cut into
Oh
this
my
deficit.
God.
I think if you
That
polled
was a
defensive backs,
touchdown.
they would say the corner. Take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver,
can't
great
believe
job.
that.
It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
God.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Unfucking real. Unfucking real. You left this gasping for that shit. That was a touchdown. How that was not a touchdown is beyond me.
They gotta have 6
How that was
here.
not a
It's
touchdown.
3rd and goal.
And I'm fucking trying to
Boy,
snap the
now
ball.
They can't even get a play off. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. Washington now out of the gun. And they'll be driven back
So
here,
bullshit,
losing
dude.
yardage
That was
to
a
the
touchdown.
9. That'll back
That was
them
a
up 2
touchdown. That was
yards and
fucking
also
wrong.
bring up 4th. Such a
That's fucking
long
wrong.
drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense
Fucking
was
goddamn
giving them
touchdown.
a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a 1-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's a first down, but fucking mine wasn't a fucking touchdown.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Fucking bullshit, dude.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Note to self. Don't use fucking goddamn playbook, 100% fucking shit.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And a catch made here by Sharon Peak. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Broncos, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.